Hello, dreamers, and welcome to Dreaming Isle. I'm here to guide you into a calm and magical place tonight. Before we begin, take a moment to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps bring more dreamers to our little corner of the stars. And if you'd like, share in the comments, what's the world outside your window like right now? Now, find your cozy spot. Let go of the day, and let the story begin. They cast me out at dawn. The gates shut behind me with the sound of iron striking iron, final and cold. I heard the captain call out my name, not with anger but pity, though I deserved neither. I was a knight once, sworn to uphold the king's justice, yet here I stand on the black road east, a branded heretic. My wrist still burns where they pressed the iron mark, and I wrap it in ragged cloth to keep away infection and the sight of it. The wind carries the stink of ash from distant fields, burnt to deny raiders their harvest. Beyond the hills, they say corpses rise to wander. I no longer scoff at such rumors. I have seen magic's cost, felt it coil around my heart like a serpent. I should hate it, but in the dark hours, I reach for it. Even now, I can feel it in my blood, a black current, promising power if only I will yield. I walk all day with no companion but hunger. At dusk, the road splits, one path toward the village of Thornwell, another toward the haunted marshes. I have nothing left in Thornwell but scorn and betrayal. So I turn toward the marshes, seeking a witch they say lives among the reeds. They call her blasphemer, cannibal, demon wife. I call her my last hope. The sun sets in blood, and cold mist rises from the earth. I hear whispers behind me, and when I turn there is nothing but fog. I tighten my grip on the hilt at my side, though my sword was taken when they exiled me. Habit. The whispers come again, closer now. I speak their language. A spell forms on my tongue, sickly and sweet. I promised myself I would not use it. I break that promise. The fog recoils. I walk on. I am no longer a knight. I am something else. And the road ahead is very long. The marsh sucks at my boots with each step, foul water seeping in to chill my bones. I navigate by moonlight, pale and cold as a dead man's eye, filtering through tattered fog. The air is thick with rot. Branches claw at me like skeletal fingers, dripping black slime. I do not call out for her. The witch knows I am here. She has been expecting me since the moment I set foot on this cursed path. I stumble over something half-buried in mud. A skull grins up at me, jaw unhinged, black moss clinging to its teeth. I mutter an apology and move on. The wind carries voices, not the simple whisper of wind through reeds, but words, half-formed, pleading, mocking. I grip the charm at my neck, a worthless scrap of iron, my last defiance against what I've become. Finally, I see her hut, perched on twisted stilts above the stagnant water. A single lantern burns inside, its light trembling as though afraid. The door swings open without sound. She stands there, all in black, hair matted like wet rope. Her eyes gleam with knowing cruelty and pity all at once. "You reek of sin," she says, voice like rusted metal scraping bone. "Good. You'll need it." I do not bow. I am no knight anymore. I offer silver, but she laughs. I want no coin. I want truth. My mouth is dry. I want power, I say. It is the first honest thing I've spoken in days. She smiles, teeth crooked as old gravestones. Then enter, little exile. Let's see how much of your soul you will sell. And I step inside. Her hut is too large inside. The walls curve away in wrong angles, lined with jars of things that blink and breathe. The air smells of copper and smoke. She stirs a black cauldron whose contents shift like liquid shadow. I stand just within the door, unwilling to cross the boundary, but it does not matter. I am already hers. "Your name," she demands. I speak it. It feels like bleeding. She closes her eyes and inhales as though savoring a rare spice. "You have murdered, lied, broken your vows. You have touched the dark art already." I flinch. She sees it and cackles. "Do not lie to me. I know what coils in your blood. Teach me." I whisper. She leans close. Her breath stinks of grave earth. Power is cost. It will mark you, hollow you. Worse than exile. Worse than death. I clench my fist around the iron charm. I know. Her nails scrape my cheek, drawing blood. She licks it from her finger with relish. Very well. I will show you what you seek. But you will owe me a debt. And I always collect. I nod. The terror claws at me. She chants, voice weaving around my mind. I see shapes in the smoke, runes, circles of blood, the faces of the dead. Something moves inside me, shifting, unfolding. I scream once, long and ragged. When I come to, the cauldron is dark. She is gone. But I know the words now. I feel them in my bones. Outside, the marsh waits, silent. I leave the hut, power burning under my skin. My debt follows, unseen, whispering my name. I do not sleep that night. The spell churns in me like a fever. I hear voices in the reeds, see eyes in the dark. My thoughts are red, raw, full of hunger for what I can do now. I crush it down. Barely. By dawn I reach a road again. Mud cracks on my boots. I see a trader's wagon stuck in a rut ahead, the horse braying in panic. 3 bandits circle it like wolves. I grip the hilt at my side. Empty. I am unarmed. But I am no longer powerless. They see me and laugh. Be on your way, priest, one says. They think the rags make me holy. The irony stings. Another raises his knife, threatening the trader's wife. She sobs, clutching her child. I should turn away. A week ago I might have. But now the words are there, ready. I speak them. They taste of blood and smoke. The air warps. One bandit drops his knife, clutching his ears, screaming as black veins crawl across his skin. Another vomits blood. The third flees into the woods without a word. Silence returns. The trader stares in horror. I try to speak comfort, but he spits at my feet and flees with his family as soon as the horse moves. I stand alone. The corpses lie twisted, faces frozen in agony. I do not bury them. I cannot. I simply walk on, the new words hot in my skull. I wanted power. Now I have it. And I have already paid. The road turns north through dead fields. Crows gather on broken fences, silent witnesses. My boots leave black stains in the dust, mud from the marsh still clinging. I dare not clean it. It feels like a ward, a mark of my pact. That night, I make camp beneath a blasted oak. The wind howls like grieving spirits. I cannot sleep. I hear it moving in the dark. Not a beast. Not a man. Something else. The witch's voice echoes in my skull. You have called things that answer. I rise, whispering protective words. The runes burn under my skin. Shapes twist in the shadows. One resolves into a man. What remains of one? His flesh hangs like wet parchment from black bones. His eyes are empty sockets that leak green fire. Why did you call me? It rasps. I swallow bile. I didn't. It cocks its head mockingly. But you spoke the words. You opened the gate. Now I am here. I try to dismiss it, but the words fail me. The revenant steps closer. I see my reflection in its eyes, hollow, already lost. It kneels before me with creaking bones. Master, it says, command me. I shudder. This is what I wanted, isn't it? Power. I raise a trembling hand. The revenant waits. Silent. Obedient. I tell it to watch the perimeter. It glides away without sound. I sit by my cold fire, burying my face in my hands. Tears burn. I do not wipe them away. By dawn the revenant returns. It gestures east. Raiders. I pack what little I have and follow it. The sky is bruised purple, heavy with storm. We reach the edge of a ruined village, the chapel at its heart reduced to blackened stone. Inside, the raiders have made camp. I hear laughter, drunken threats. A woman cries. My revenant glides in first. Screams follow. I enter as blood pools on cracked tiles. The bandits claw at the revenant, but it cannot die again. I speak my words, voice shaking, but strong. One bandit bursts like rotten fruit. Another collapses, limbs bending wrong. The last drops his sword and pleads. I almost spare him. Almost. My words finish him, blood frothing at his lips. The woman scrambles back in horror, sees me, then runs, sobbing. She does not thank me. The revenant stands among the dead. More, it asks in its hollow voice. No, I say. My throat is raw. I cannot meet its gaze. I send it away into the ruins. I sink to my knees in the red-smeared chapel, retching until nothing comes up. Outside, thunder breaks. Rain falls in sheets, washing blood into the soil. I crawl out into it and let it soak me. I am a priest of death now, baptized in blood. And the storm is just beginning. I travel under thunderclouds. The rain makes rivers of mud that drag at my boots, cold and relentless. Lightning splits the sky, illuminating the black chapel behind me one last time. I do not look back. That place is no longer mine to haunt. My revenant trails me at a distance, silent and watchful. It needs no shelter, no rest, no warmth. I envy it. By dusk, I find a burned farmhouse, half its roof caved in, but dry enough for shelter. I enter and sit on the floor, listening to rain hammer ruined beams. The revenant waits outside. Even it seems reluctant to cross this threshold. I smell charred flesh in the walls. Old, but not forgotten. I close my eyes and try to pray. No words come. The witch's promise echoes in me. Power for a price. Every life I take feeds the hunger inside. The words come easier. The visions grow clearer. I see ghosts behind my eyelids, bandits I slew, the family I failed to protect. Their mouths gape in silent accusation. When I open my eyes, the revenant stands in the doorway, water streaming from its bones. Danger, it rasps. I rise, fatigue forgotten. What? Riders. Many. Torches. Through a crack in the wall, I see them on the road, their light flickering in the storm. Soldiers. Bounty hunters. I touch the brand on my wrist. They're looking for me. I grip my charm, feeling it burn like guilt. Outside, the revenant draws its blade of bone and waits. I whisper the old words, ready to spill more blood if I must. The storm screams its approval. I step out into the storm as they approach, my revenant at my side. Their torches gutter in the wind. I see armor beneath cloaks, the glint of steel. One raises a horn and sounds it, 3 long notes that echo across the wet fields. They spread out, cautious, experienced. Not common bandits. Soldiers. Witch hunters. By the king's order, their leader shouts over thunder. Lay down your curse and submit. My revenant hisses. I raise my hand and it goes still. I feel the power coiled in my blood, eager, hungry. My heart slams in my chest. I could kill them all. The words are there, slick and warm on my tongue. Stand aside, I call. I don't want this. They laugh. One knocks an arrow and fires. It glances off my revenant's skull, leaving only a scratch and rotting bone. The witch hunters draw swords. The leader lowers his visor. Take him. I do not remember speaking the spell, only the wet, tearing sounds. Men crumple, screaming. Their blood steams in the cold rain. My revenant cuts down 2 more with silent efficiency. I see the leader fall, clutching at his split armor as he gasps his last. The others flee into the dark. Silence returns, broken only by thunder. I fall to my knees, vomiting bile. The revenant wipes its blade on a corpse's cloak without comment. I look at my blood-soaked hands, the words dying in my mouth. I cannot speak. I cannot weep. I cannot pray. I am the monster they came to hunt. At dawn, the rain stops. The land is gray and silent. The soil churned to red mud where the soldiers fell. Crows circle, cautious but patient. My revenant waits at the edge of the field, head bowed like a penitent priest. I strip the corpses for supplies, dry rations, water, a better cloak. I tell myself it is survival, not desecration. The lie tastes bitter. I bury the leader, not the others. I do not have the strength. I carve no marker, only heap earth over his battered body. He deserved more. He deserved justice. but I have none to give. My revenant watches with hollow eyes, offering neither comfort nor judgment. When I finish, I whisper the old prayer we used in the king's service. The words falter. The wind seems to mock me. I abandon it unfinished and shoulder my pack. We move on. The road grows worse. Black trees claw at the sky, leafless and dead. Villages lie abandoned, roofs caved in, doors swinging open. I see signs of plague, carts of bones, warning marks in red paint. Even the crows avoid these places. By dusk I find a ruined watchtower. I shelter inside, lighting no fire. The revenant stands guard at the shattered door. I eat stale bread in silence. My brand itches under its ragged wrap. I unwrap it and stare. The flesh is darkening around the iron mark, veins like black roots spreading. I close my eyes and breathe. I am changing, and I do not know how to stop. That night, sleep finally takes me. I dream of the witch. She sits in her crooked hut, stirring her cauldron with a black staff. Smoke curls into shapes that shriek and wail. She watches me with those gleaming eyes, yellow and cold. You wanted power, she says. Did you think there would be no cost? I try to answer, but my mouth is sealed with blood. She laughs, the sound like bones snapping. The smoke coils around me, pressing cold fingers against my skin. I feel my heart slowing, the blood in my veins thickening. You're already dying, she whispers. But you can buy time. You can grow stronger. All you must do is feed it. I see faces in the smoke. Bandits, soldiers, the woman in the chapel. Their mouths move in silent agony. I scream without sound. She leans closer. You're mine now, but you could be so much more. I wake with a gasp. My revenant stands over me, motionless, waiting for orders. Outside, dawn is a pale, cruel thing. My body trembles. My brand burns like fire. I cannot shake her voice from my mind. I stand and gather my things. There is only one road left for me now. Forward, into whatever darkness awaits. I walk until my feet bleed. The sky is an endless smear of gray, clouds low and swollen with threat. My revenant follows, silent as ever. The world feels empty, abandoned by all sane men. Even the wind has given up, leaving a dead calm that presses on my ears like cotton. Around noon I see them, bodies hanging from an old oak, their feet swaying just above the dirt. Branded heretics like me, left as warnings. The flesh is split and black with rot. Flies rise in a dark cloud when I approach. I force myself to look, to remember that this is what awaits me if I fail, if I am caught. If I'm lucky, my revenant makes a sound, almost like a sigh. I glance at it. Sometimes I wonder if there's anything left of the man it was. A fragment of memory, a spark of regret. I turn away. I have no room for pity, not even for myself. I cut the bodies down. I whisper words over them, words I no longer believe. I leave them in the grass, free of the noose. It is the only mercy I can give. When I walk on, the revenant follows without a word. The road is empty. Ahead lies a shadow on the horizon. Ruins, maybe, or a fortress long abandoned. I feel the power coil in me, eager, hungry. I clutch my charm so hard it cuts my palm. I know what waits for me. I know what I will have to do. And I keep walking. The ruins loom larger as I approach, black spires shattered against a leaden sky. Once it was a monastery, they say, but the order abandoned it generations ago when the plague came. Now only broken arches and scorched walls remain, covered in lichen and the stench of old death. The wind picks up, moaning through hollow windows like lost souls. I stand at the gate, rusted iron bent and twisted. My revenant waits behind me, patient, unblinking. The power inside me tugs, eager to explore, to feed. I resist it. Barely. I step through, boots crunching on fallen stone. The shadows inside are deeper than they should be. I whisper a light, a small cantrip the witch taught me. Sickly green flame hovers above my palm, casting strange shapes on the walls. Inside, the air is cold and damp. Bones litter the floor, some animal, some not. Symbols carved into the walls glow faintly, remnants of wards long broken. I pass beneath a collapsed arch, feeling the weight of centuries press on my shoulders. My breath fogs in the chill. The revenant follows, silent but alert. It gestures once, to the far end of the nave. A sound. Movement. I grip my charm. I see eyes in the dark, many and yellow. A low growl echoes, inhuman. Shapes shift, sinew and bone pulling in impossible ways. Ghouls. Starved things, drawn to death and magic alike. They smell my blood, my corruption. They advance, claws scraping stone. I raise my hand, the words ready on my tongue. The revenant unsheathes its bone blade with a hollow rasp. The ruins tremble with the promise of violence. I bare my teeth in a snarl. Let them come. They charge all at once, shrieking like damned souls. The first ghoul leaps, mouth splitting too wide, jagged teeth flashing in my witchlight. My revenant meets it midair, blade punching through its ribs with a crack of breaking bone. I don't wait to watch. I speak the words. They burn my throat. The air twists. Shadows coil like serpents. Ghouls shriek as black fire erupts from the floor, consuming their flesh. I see muscles melt, bone crack, eyes boil in their sockets. The smell is unspeakable, but more come, scuttling over fallen columns, heedless of their comrades' deaths. Hunger drives them. My revenant fights without pause, severing limbs, crushing skulls. I keep chanting, weaving wards and killing hexes. My vision swims with blood and flame. One ghoul slips past, claws raking my arm. Pain explodes. I roar the final word and it crumples, spine snapping like kindling. Silence crashes down. Smoke coils among the corpses. My witchlight flickers. I stand gasping, blood soaking my sleeve. My revenant stands guard over the bodies, its skull cocked as though listening for more. I stagger to a fallen pillar and sit heavily. The power inside me thrums. Stronger now. Sated. I feel it mend the torn flesh in my arm, knitting muscle and skin with unnatural precision. It whispers promises. I squeeze my charm until it cracks. I hate it. I hate myself, but I don't let go. The ghoul corpses still smoke when I find the stairs. Half buried in rubble, they wind down into blackness. The revenant waits for my command. I pause at the threshold. The air stinks of mildew and old blood. My power pulses eagerly. Below lies something ancient. I feel it like a second heartbeat. I descend, each step slick with condensation. The green witchlight quivers, barely illuminating carvings of angels with broken faces. Their stone eyes weep black mold. The walls narrow. My breath grows ragged. I smell rot, deep and cloying. At the bottom, the crypt opens into a vaulted chamber. Sarcophagi lie shattered. Bones spill across the floor in tangled heaps. Something moves among them, a shape of shifting shadows, eyes like dying stars. It rises as I approach, towering, amorphous, the air freezing around it. I taste blood on my tongue without biting. It speaks, not with words, but with hunger. My revenant falters, shaking, bones rattling. I feel its terror. I should run. Instead, I step forward. The power inside me answers the thing's call. I raise my hand and speak the words the witch taught me, words no man should know. The shadows recoil. The thing shrieks. My revenant rallies and charges, blade biting into living darkness. The crypt shakes. Dust rains from the ceiling. I speak again, voice cracking. The thing splits open with a howl like 1,000 dying souls. Its essence spills across the stone, boiling away. Silence returns, thick and suffocating. I collapse to my knees, shaking. The revenant stands over me, smoke rising from its blade. When I can stand, I search the ruined crypt. My witchlight casts everything in sickly green. Bones lie scattered like broken promises. I find shattered icons, rusted chalices, scraps of burial cloth. Nothing of value, nothing holy, only filth and silence. But in one sarcophagus, hidden beneath fallen stone, I see a book. Bound in black leather, etched with runes that scorn when I look too long. It hums with power, a sickly resonance that makes my teeth ache. I hesitate. My fingers hover. The revenant stares, its empty sockets reflecting my fear. I snatch it up. The runes burn my palm, but I hold on. Power courses into me, cold and vile. I hear voices, hundreds of them, whispering secrets that no sane man should know. I grip my teeth, forcing them into silence. When I look at my hand, the skin is cracked and blackened, veins like dark rivers. The brand on my wrist pulses, spreading roots of corruption deeper. I stuff the book into my pack. My breathing is ragged, my heart pounding like a war drum. I glance at the revenant. It nods once, as if it understands. Or pities me. I shove past it, climbing the stairs back into ruin. My steps echo like a funeral march. Outside, dawn is breaking, pale and cold. The ruins lie in ruin still, but now they are mine. My blood sings with stolen power. I have what I came for, and I know the witch will want her payment. I leave the ruins behind without looking back. My revenant follows, limping slightly, black ichor dripping from a cracked rib. The book in my pack feels heavier than iron. I dare not open it again, not yet. Its whispers still coil in my skull, promising, threatening, pleading. I ignore them. For now, the land is dead. Trees claw at the sky like the fingers of the damned. The wind is cold, scentless, hollow. No birds, no animals, only silence. I walk for hours, each step an effort. My arm throbs where the ghoul cut me, but the wound is closed. The power saw to that, but it's wrong. The flesh is blackened, slick with strange lines of red light that pulse in time with my heart. I see no one on the road. No traders. No refugees. Even the crows avoid me. I am grateful. I do not want witnesses. I do not want to see their fear. I do not want to be reminded of what I have become. At dusk, I make camp in a hollow beneath dead trees. I dare not light a fire. The revenant stands watch, its skull turning slowly to scan the dark. I sit with my knees to my chest, staring at my shaking hands. I want to pray. I want to believe there is something left in me worth saving. But the words die in my throat. Instead, I open the book. Just a crack. Enough to feel its cold breath on my face. Enough to hear the voices again, welcoming me home. I wake at dawn, the book clutched to my chest like a lover. My fingers are stiff and cracked with dried blood, black lines spreading up my arm like crawling roots. My mouth tastes of ash. The revenant stands over me, unmoving, patient as the grave. When I stir, it cocks its head. I see judgment in that eyeless stare, or maybe pity. I look away. The road beckons. The witch is waiting. I feel her in my thoughts now, closer with each step. Her voice is not words, but hunger, beckoning me back to the marsh. Promises and threats braided together. I know I cannot refuse. The pact is carved in my flesh. The land grows wetter as I walk. Mud clings to my boots. Black water seeps from the ground in rivulets that steam faintly under a pale sun. The smell of rot thickens, sour and heavy. My revenant moves easily, heedless of the muck, its bones blackened from old fires. At midday, I see the first sign, charms of bone and hair hanging from twisted branches, rattling in the wind. A warning to any sane traveler. A welcome for me. I keep going. By dusk, I stand at the edge of the marsh, fog swirling in dense curtains. Shapes move within it, too large to be men, too slow to be beasts. The path ahead is nothing but water and broken reeds. My revenant steps forward without waiting. I follow, teeth chattering. The fog parts before me like a curtain drawn by an unseen hand. I see her hut ahead, crooked and waiting, a single lantern glowing like a hateful eye. I swallow hard and force myself onward. I can't run. She owns me now. I push open the door without knocking. It creaks like a dying thing. Inside, the hut is darker than night. The single lantern burns with green flame, casting everything in sickly color. Jars line the walls, filled with twitching things and cloudy liquids. The air smells of blood, herbs, and grave dirt. She sits by the cauldron, stirring slowly. She smiles when she sees me. "Back so soon, little exile?" I toss the book at her feet. It lands with a wet sound, pages squirming like worms. She does not flinch. She leans down, fingers stroking its cover with obscene tenderness. "Ah, you've done well." My revenant stands outside, unable to cross the threshold. It hisses softly, uneasy. She glances past me, eyes gleaming. "Your pet is loyal." I grit my teeth. "I want what you promised. Knowledge. Power to end this." She laughs, low and rough. "End it? Fool. There is no ending. Only change. Only trade. You want power? You'll pay." I feel the brand on my wrist burn. I fall to my knees, gasping as pain lances up my arm. She watches with delight. "Good. Let it in. Let it feed." The book opens on its own. Pages turn, rustling like dry leaves. Words glow red hot. They carve themselves into my mind, searing away doubt. I scream. She keeps stirring. I see things, rituals of blood, names of demons, the true tongue of the dead. When it ends, I collapse, shaking. She speaks softly, almost kindly. "Now you can kill anything, even yourself, if you're lucky." When I stagger out of the hut, the fog is thicker than ever. It clings to my skin like cold hands. My revenant waits, blade drawn, eyes burning gray. I lean on it without shame. My legs barely hold me. My arm is worse now, black from shoulder to wrist, the veins like crawling insects. I feel the power moving under my skin, eager to be used. Behind me, the witch cackles. "Go, little exile. Go make your kingdom of corpses." I don't answer. My voice is gone, burned out by the screaming. I limp down the path, each step splashing black water. The marsh seems to sigh around me, as if satisfied with its offering. Shapes move in the fog, things with too many limbs or none at all. They part before me, bowing their broken heads. They know what I am now. By the time I reach solid ground, night has fallen. The sky is full of bruised clouds, lit from within by silent lightning. My revenant helps me build a small fire, though it cannot feel the heat. I sit beside it, clutching my ruined arm. The words the witch forced into me swirl in my head, sticky as blood. I feel them pressing for release. Sleep is a mercy that does not come. The revenant sits in silence, watching the dark. I stare into the flames until they gutter out. The fog closes in. I hear the witch's laughter on the wind. I hate her. I hate myself more. Dawn breaks like a festering wound. Red light leaks across the marsh behind me. I turn my back on it and start walking north. The revenant follows without question. My arm is cold, numb, except for the constant throb of power under the skin. The words are there, always ready, whispering their promises. I do not speak them. Not yet. The road is empty. Even the crows are silent. I see abandoned farmsteads, fields choked with weeds, wells bricked up and cursed. The plague passed through here like fire, leaving nothing alive. I feel at home in the ruin. It suits me. At midday, I see smoke on the horizon. A village still living. My heart twists. I tell myself to keep walking, but I stop. The revenant tilts its skull, waiting. I taste ash in my mouth. I think of the witch's words. Only trade. Only cost. If I want the power to kill what needs killing, I will need more. Always more. I enter the village at dusk. The people stare, pale and hollow-eyed. They see the brand on my wrist. They see the revenant behind me. They do not welcome me. I do not blame them. I find the inn. I pay with silver taken from corpses. The innkeeper takes it with shaking hands. He will not speak to me. I sit in the corner, hood drawn low, listening. The village is afraid. Bandits. Plague. Worse things. They have no hope. I feel the power stir, sensing the fear. I close my eyes and try to remember prayer. The words are gone. They come to me at dawn. Villagers, dirty and desperate, led by the innkeeper. He stands at the front, trembling. His eyes flick to my brand, my revenant, the black veins crawling up my arm. But he does not beg. He pleads. Please, he rasps. They're coming. Raiders. Dozens. They'll take everything. They'll kill us all. I say nothing. I sip my bitter drink, cold and stale. My revenant looms behind me, silent. The innkeeper swallows. He knows what I am. He knows the price. I know you're cursed, he says. I don't care. Save us. Silence swells between us. I hear the wind outside, rattling shutters. I see the hollow faces at the door, women clutching children, old men with tears in their beards. I feel the power in my blood respond to their fear, eager to be used. I set down my cup. My voice is rough, cold. I will help, but there will be payment. The innkeeper flinches. What? I let the words hang. I don't answer. I don't need to. They will pay. In silver, in blood, in their dreams. The power always demands, and I will not refuse it. Not anymore. Outside, thunder rumbles on the horizon. I stand, pulling my cloak around me. The revenant steps aside to let me pass. The villagers part like water. I walk into the dawn, preparing the words I will speak to kill. The villagers follow me at a distance, whispering. I hear their fear, thick as smoke. My revenant walks at my side, blade drawn, eyeless sockets sweeping the fields. We stand at the edge of the village, watching the road. Dust rises in the distance. Riders. Too many. More than they said. Liars or fools, it doesn't matter. I turn to them. The innkeeper steps forward, trying to meet my gaze, but his eyes flick to my branded wrist, to the black veins writhing like worms. He shudders. What will you do? I flex my ruined arm. Power answers, warm and eager. I'll stop them. He nods quickly. Anything. Just please. I crouch in the dirt and draw sigils with my finger. The blood that seeps from my cracked skin fills the lines, glowing dark red. The villagers recoil. Good. Fear is useful. It feeds the words, strengthens them. My revenant kneels across from me, clawed fingers tracing counter runes. Together, we weave a net of death. When I'm finished, I stand and wipe my bloody hand on my cloak. The symbols smoke in the dirt, sinking into the earth like worms. I turn to the innkeeper. Get them inside. Board the doors. Don't watch. He opens his mouth to argue, then thinks better of it. He nods, barking orders. Children cry. Women pray. I listen to none of it. My revenant rises, blade steaming with shadow. We stand in silence, side by side, waiting for the riders to come. My heart beats slow and heavy. The words burn in my mouth, ready to be spoken. Let them come. Let them see what I've become. The dust cloud grows until it devours the horizon. Riders shout and jeer, swords flashing in the sickly dawn light. I count them. 24, maybe more. Hardened men, blood on their blades before they even arrive. I smell fear behind me, the villagers watching through shutter cracks despite my warning. Fools. The revenant growls low in its hollow chest. I raise my blackened arm, the brand searing like fresh iron. The words crawl up my throat like maggots, writhing, eager. I let them rise. My voice cuts the air like a blade. The ground splits, runes burning bright as blood. Smoke erupts, thick and choking. Horses scream, throwing riders. Men cough and hack, eyes watering. My revenant charges, cutting down the first raider before he can rise. I speak again, voice cracking. Shadows slither from the earth, wrapping around necks, dragging men down into writhing pits. They break almost immediately. Panic. Chaos. Some turn to flee, only to be swallowed by the smoking earth. I hear bones snap. I hear men beg. I do not stop. I cannot. The power demands more. The words spill out in a torrent of hate and hunger. By the time the sun is fully risen, the field is quiet. Bodies lie broken and blackened, the soil drinking deep. My revenant stands amid them, blades slick with gore. It turns to me, waiting. I lower my arm slowly. The runes in the dirt fade, leaving only scars. Behind me, the villagers emerge. They see what I've done. They see the price. And they do not cheer. They do not thank me. They only watch in silence, eyes wide with terror. Good. They should be afraid. The innkeeper approaches me slowly, as if I might bite. He stops just out of reach, eyes fixed on the corpses cooling in the dawn light. His lips tremble. You saved us. I say nothing. The revenant turns its empty gaze on him, and he flinches. I flex my arm, feeling the power still seething beneath the burned skin. Hungry. Always hungry. He swallows hard. We'll pay. Whatever you want. Just leave us be. I nod once. My voice is raw. Silver. Food. Supplies. He jerks his head in a quick nod and hurries away, barking orders. The others obey, shuffling to fill sacks with grain, coin, dried meat. They work quickly, avoiding my eyes. Children peek from doorways before being dragged back by pale-faced mothers. I see hatred in their fear. I welcome it. It's better than pity. When the sacks are full, the innkeeper places them at my feet. He doesn't meet my gaze. His voice is thin. Take it. Go. I shoulder the bags. My revenant picks up the rest. For a moment, I consider offering comfort, telling them they'll be safe now. But the words catch in my throat. Lies taste worse than blood. I turn my back on them and walk away. The revenant follows, dragging its blade in the dirt. No one stops me. No one thanks me. As we leave the village behind, the wind carries a sound to me. A single, strangled sob. I keep walking. The power in my veins pulses with satisfaction. Payment, it whispers. Always payment. We walk until the village is a smudge on the horizon. The revenant follows without question, its ragged cloak flapping in the cold wind. I drop the sacks in the dirt and sit heavily. My arm throbs. The black veins have spread to my shoulder, crawling like roots. I peel back my tunic and see symbols etched into my skin, glowing faintly. The witch's mark. My brand. My bargain. I clench my teeth and fight the urge to scream. The power is stronger now. I feel it coiling beneath my ribs, whispering promises. It wants blood. It wants more. I hate it, but I need it. Without it, I'm just a branded exile waiting to hang. My revenant settles beside me, blade across its knees. For a moment, I see the man it used to be. A soldier. A father. His face half gone to rock, but his eyes full of duty. I look away. I did this to him. I did this to myself. I take a drink of stale water. It does nothing for the taste of ash in my mouth. I force myself to eat, though every bite feels like penance. The power in me rides with impatience, hungry for the words that spill blood. As night falls, I pull my cloak tighter and close my eyes. Sleep comes slowly, full of black dreams. I see the witch laughing. I see the villagers' fear. I see the brand on my wrist growing into a black tree that strangles my heart. When I wake, my revenant is still there. Always there, waiting for my orders. Dawn brings no warmth. Only gray light and cold wind. I gather the supplies and shoulder them, ignoring the pain in my arm. The revenant rises soundlessly, ready. We walk north, following a road cracked and broken with neglect. The land is dead. No birds, no beasts, just ruin. By midday I see it, a black spire on the horizon, rising from a blasted plain like a rotten tooth. The tower. I've heard whispers of it in taverns and camps. A place where sorcerers went to die or be reborn. A place of old magic. Forbidden magic. The witch told me to seek it if I survived. She laughed when she said it. I feel the power in me stir at the sight. It wants the tower. It wants the secrets buried there. My brand burns. The runes on my skin glow like embers beneath the flesh. I grit my teeth and keep walking. The revenant sniffs the air, head cocked. It growls a low warning. I see shapes moving among the stones. Bandits, maybe, or worse. I keep my head down and keep moving. I do not want to fight. Not today. Not yet. As dusk falls, I make camp within sight of the tower. The revenant stands watch. I sit by a cold fire pit, staring at the spire. Its windows are black holes. I feel eyes in them, watching me, judging, inviting. The wind howls like laughter through broken stones. I clutch my charm. Tomorrow, I will go there. Tomorrow, I will see what price remains to be paid. Morning comes grudgingly. Gray light seeps across the plain, painting the tower in sickly hues. I wake cold and stiff. My revenant stands where I left it, motionless as a grave marker. I rise, shaking off the dream ash that clings to my mind. The book in my pack hums against my spine. The power it gave me stirs, hungry to be fed. We break camp without words. The tower looms larger with every step, its black stone slick with old rain. No birds circle it. No vines grow on its walls. Even the wind seems afraid, dying to a whisper. The path leading to it is littered with bones, picked clean by time. Some human, some not. The revenant growls low, its hollow eyes narrowing. I feel them before I see them. Shapes moving among the wreckage of old siege engines. Gray-skinned, thin as shadows, their eyes like coals buried in ash. Whites, drawn to power, drawn to me. They hiss when they see us, voices like dry leaves scraping stone. I stop. My hand flexes, black veins writhing. The words rise in my throat, cold and familiar. I speak them. The wind picks up, carrying my voice like a curse. Shadows peel from the ground and lash at the whites, binding them in coils of darkness. They thrash, shrieking, but cannot break free. I watch, breathing hard. My revenant waits. When the last white falls still, I lower my arm. The bindings dissolve like smoke. Silence returns. The tower watches. I spit blood and keep walking. There is no turning back. We reach the tower's base by dusk. The gate lies in ruin, a gaping mouth rimmed with scorched stone. Old sigils lie broken, their meaning lost to time. The air here is cold, not from wind, but from something older, deeper. It sinks into my bones. My breath fogs even though there is no wind. My revenant hesitates. For the first time since I bound it, it looks at me as if to question. I nod. It follows. Inside, the floor is black marble cracked with age. Bones litter the entry hall, picked clean but unrotted. Something here preserves them. I kneel, brushing dust from ancient runes. They crawl away from my touch like worms, afraid of the corruption in my flesh. Good. They should be. The hall narrows into a corridor lined with statues. Each is robed, hooded, their faces hidden. Sorcerers who came before me. Failures. Or worse, successes. The power in me hums, recognizing kinship. I swallow bile. My arm burns like fire. The words on my skin shift and crawl, eager. At the corridor's end, a door stands untouched by time. Black iron, covered in runes that scream silently at me. My revenant places a hand on it. It doesn't move. I speak the words the witch taught me. The door shudders. The runes ignite in red light, then die. It swings open with a groan like a dying god. Beyond lies darkness so thick it drinks my witch light. I take a breath and step through. My revenant follows. Inside, the air is thick, choking. My witch light flickers, revealing narrow stone steps winding down in a spiral. The walls are slick with moisture, pulsing like living flesh in the half-light. My revenant steps carefully behind me, blade raised. Even it seems wary. Good. It should be. I descend slowly, counting my breaths. My brand burns hotter with every step. The words in my head grow louder, chanting in 100 tongues. My heart hammers, echoing off the walls. I feel eyes watching from the dark. Shapes shift just beyond the light, slithering away when I look. Whispers crawl under my skin. At one landing, I see a corpse slumped against the wall. Its robes are fine, velvet rotted to rags. A sorcerer, like me. I kneel and pry open cold fingers clutching a dagger. The blade is black steel etched with runes that drink the light. I weigh it in my hand. It feels hungry. Perfect. I tuck it into my belt and keep moving. Lower. Always lower. The spiral tightens. The air grows colder, wet with something that is not water. My revenant slips once, claws screeching on stone. I speak a word to steady it. It grunts, thankful in its way. We share a moment of silence. Then I continue down. At last the stairs open into a vast chamber. My light reveals nothing but pillars stretching up into black. The air smells of old blood and unspoken oaths. The power inside me trembles in delight. I lick cracked lips, ignoring the taste of blood. I step forward. The tower accepts me. The chamber is vast, too large for the walls that contain it. My light expands and fails, swallowed by shadows. Pillars stand like columns of bone, carved with screaming faces. They shift when I look away. My revenant growls softly, its blade scraping stone. I hush it. Even I feel fear here. At the center stands an altar, black stone slick with old blood. Symbols crawl across it, glowing faintly, begging to be spoken. My arm burns, veins writhing like snakes beneath my skin. The book in my pack hums, eager. I set it on the altar. It falls open on its own. Pages flutter. Words blaze red. I hear them in my skull. Commands. Rituals. Prices. My revenant steps back, shaking. It cannot follow me here. I step forward alone. The words rise, hot and sharp. My mouth moves without my will. I speak them, each one peeling a layer from my soul. The chamber shudders. Faces in the pillars scream silently, their mouths stretching wide. The altar drinks my blood as I speak. My vision tunnels. I see memories that are not mine. Wars fought in darkness. Kingdoms betrayed for power. The witch cackling over a cauldron of souls. I see myself on a throne of bones, crowned in shadow. I see nothing at all. When it ends, I collapse to my knees, gasping. The book snaps shut. The altar is clean. My arm is black to the shoulder now, the veins pulsing like a heartbeat. My revenant kneels at the chamber's edge, watching, waiting. I rise, swaying. I am ready. The tower has given me its blessing, or its curse. I stagger from the altar, my breath ragged. My revenant reaches for me but stops, sensing the change. My skin burns. My veins crawl. The words I learned from the witch are nothing compared to what the tower forced into me. They scuttle through my mind like insects, eager to be spoken. I test them. A single whispered phrase in the air ripples. The pillars groan, faces contorting in silent agony. Shadows gather around my feet, licking at my boots like tame beasts. The power feels limitless. For a moment I laugh, cracked and hollow. My revenant flinches, but the laughter dies in my throat. I feel the cost. My heart beats slow and heavy. My arm is numb, blackened to the shoulder, the veins red as fresh blood. My vision blurs at the edges. I taste copper, always copper. Every spell will take more. Every word will carve away what's left of me. I look at the book. It lies still now, quiet, sated. I pick it up and tuck it away. My revenant approaches, head bowed. It sees what I am. It knows what I've done. I touch its skull, fingers leaving black smears. It shudders but does not pull away. We go, I say. My voice is not mine anymore. It's something older, crueler. The revenant nods. Together we turn and climb the spiral stairs, leaving the chamber of faces behind. The tower groans as we go, mocking us, or mourning us. I don't care. Outside, the world waits, and I am ready to feed it to my hunger. We emerge from the tower at dawn. The light is gray and lifeless, casting long shadows that shiver when I look away. My revenant steps ahead, clearing the path of bones and rubble. It moves carefully now, watching me. It can sense what I've become. Maybe it fears me. I don't blame it. The power in my veins feels different, thicker, more insistent. It pulses with every heartbeat, demanding use. When I close my eyes, I see the faces from the tower's pillars, their mouths stretching in soundless screams. They whisper in a language I should not know. I understand it anyway. We leave the blasted plain behind. The land slopes downward into a dead valley. No trees, no grass, Just cracked earth and rust-colored pools that stink of iron. The wind is dry, hot, full of grit. My cloak billows behind me, tattered. My arm is black from shoulder to fingertips, the veins glowing faintly in the gloom. At midday, we see signs of life. Smoke from a distant camp. My revenant turns to me, its skull tilting, waiting for orders. I hesitate. I should avoid them. I should spare them. But the words bubble in my throat like poison. I lick cracked lips. I need to feed the power. I need to test it. I raise my arm and point. The revenant nods. Together we walk toward the smoke. My fingers twitch, tracing runes in the air. The wind carries laughter from the camp, unaware of what's coming. I feel nothing. Not anger. Not pity. Just hunger. And certainty. We approach the camp at dusk. A dozen men, armored in scavenge plate and mail, sit around a smoking fire. Raiders. Their laughter is harsh, cruel. I see blood on their blades, recent and dark. A woman's torn dress hangs from a tree like a trophy. My teeth grind. One of them sees us first. He squints, then stands, sword in hand. "Oh there, come to share our fire." He grins, flashing broken teeth. The others laugh. I say nothing. My revenant steps forward, blade raised. The raiders tense. A few draw weapons. One spits. "Necromancer," he mutters. The word drips with hate. Fear follows quickly. I smell it. It feeds the power in me. I raise my blackened arm. The words are ready. Eager. I speak them. The air thickens, pressing down like a tomb. Shadows rise from the ground, clawing at their legs. They scream, hacking at intangible things that slip through steel. My revenant lunges, blade cutting deep. Blood splashes the fire, hissing as it boils away. One raider charges me. I whisper a single word. He stops mid-stride, eyes wide. Black veins burst from his skin, crawling, strangling. He falls with a wet gurgle. I don't stop. I speak again. The ground splits. Hands of bone drag another screaming into the earth. My revenant cuts down the last two, silent and efficient. When it ends, the fire crackles alone. I step over the dead, the power in me purring like a sated beast. My revenant wipes its blade. I look at my arm, the veins glowing brighter. My heart stutters. The price grows. I feel it, but I do not stop. I cannot. The fire burns low, casting orange light over cooling corpses. I sit beside it, picking a dried meat from my pack. The taste is dust and ash. My revenant stands guard at the edge of the light, silent, unmoving. The blood on its blade dries black. I study the camp. Makeshift tents, rusted weapons, stolen goods. A life of cruelty ended in moments. I should feel something. Relief, guilt, pity. Instead, there's only emptiness. The words I spoke still echo in my skull, cold and precise. My arm throbs. The veins there crawl and twist like worms, restless. The price demands more. I find a flask of cheap wine among the bodies. I drink deep, but it doesn't help. My mind is clear, too clear. I hear the witch's laughter in memory. Only trade, only cost. I want to hate her. I do, but I'm the one who spoke the words. I'm the one who keeps paying. At last, I bury the woman's dress. It's all I can do. A token, a lie. I whisper something over it, not a prayer. I don't know any of those anymore. Just words to fill the silence. When I stand, the fire has died to coals. The revenant turns to me, ready, always ready. I shoulder my pack. My arm burns like a brand. I turn north, toward more villages, more camps, more blood. The power hums its approval. I do not argue. I walk. We travel under a black sky, the moon veiled in sickly clouds. The wind is sharp, carrying scents of old blood and distant smoke. I keep moving, boots crunching over gravel and dry bone. My revenant follows, steps silent, blade drawn but lowered. Always watchful. When exhaustion takes me, I make camp in the lee of a broken wall. I don't bother with a fire. I sit, cloak wrapped tight, staring at my arm. It's worse now. Black from shoulder to fingertips, the veins a web of pulsing red. When I flex my fingers, the skin cracks, oozing dark ichor. I bind it with cloth, though it does nothing. The corruption is part of me now. Sleep comes reluctantly. When it does, it's no mercy. I dream of the witch. She sits in her hut, stirring that bottomless cauldron, smiling with broken teeth. More, she croons. More blood. More power. Don't stop now. I see the faces of the dead behind her, screaming without sound. I see my own face, empty-eyed, mouth black with rot. I wake choking on bile. The revenant is there, head cocked, watching. I wipe my mouth with a shaking hand. My brain burns. I can't stop, even if I wanted to. The power has its claws in me. I stand, knees trembling. My revenant rises with me. Together, we keep walking. Always north. Always forward. By midday, I see the village. Smoke rises in thin curls from chimneys, but no sound greets me. No barking dogs. No shouting children. My revenant tilts its head, wary. I feel it too. A wrongness in the air. Heavy. Suffocating. We approach slowly. Houses stand intact, doors ajar, windows broken. The fields lie fallow, weeds tall and yellow. I step carefully, I scanning. Shapes move inside the buildings, slow, shambling. I see them clearly when I get close. The villagers, or what's left of them, skin gray and slack, eyes filmed over, mouths open in silent moans. Plague whites. I swallow bile. The corruption in my blood sings in recognition. Kin, of a sort. They turn at my scent, stumbling toward me. My revenant growls, blade rising. I raise my hand. The words are ready, eager. I hesitate. They were people once. Like me. Like the ones I failed. One lunges. Reflex wins. I speak the word. It collapses, head splitting like overripe fruit. The others moan louder, clawing at the air. My revenant charges, cutting them down methodically. I speak again and again, each word a death sentence. The power feasts, glowing in my veins. My arm splits further, black ichor leaking. I grip my teeth against the pain. When it's done, the village is silent again. Bodies litter the street. My revenant wipes its blade on a dead man's tunic. I lean against a wall, breathing hard. The price grows. The power whispers thanks. I feel sick, but I do not stop. I cannot. I leave the village at dusk, my boots wet with black blood. My revenant follows without sound. The wind is cold, but it does not cool me. The power in my veins burns hotter than fever. My arm is ruined now, black, cracked, pulsing red light through gaping rents in the flesh. It doesn't hurt anymore. That's worse. We travel through twisted forest, gnarled trees clawing at the sky. The path winds to a clearing with a pool of still water, dark as oil. I stop at its edge. The surface reflects nothing. Not moon, not stars, not me, only emptiness. I crouch, staring. My revenant waits behind me, silent. The witch's voice crawls from memory. Look and see what you've become. I lean closer. Shapes writhe beneath the surface. Faces. The dead. The bandits. The soldiers. The villagers. All those I killed. All those I damned. Their eyes find me, accusing. I want to turn away. I can't. My reflection rises. A twisted mockery. My skin black as pitch, veins glowing like magma. My eyes pits of red light. My mouth splits in a grin too wide, teeth like obsidian shards. It speaks with my voice. More, it whispers. More power. More blood. You're not done. I slam my fist into the water. Ripples spread, breaking the image. The pool is silent again. I stand slowly, dripping. My revenant hisses, watching me. I wipe my mouth. My teeth come away black. I turn north. Always north. My voice cracks. We go. And it follows. We travel for days. No roads. No maps. Only instinct and the power's hungry pull. My revenant never sleeps. Neither do I. The sky is always gray, leaking cold rain. My cloak is soaked and rotting. My arm is barely human, fingers ending in black claws. The words in my head have become a chorus. They want to be spoken. They want to kill. At last we reach a river. Wide. Deep. The water runs black under bruised clouds. No bridge. No ferry. Just an old ford marked by stones slick with moss. My revenant growls, uneasy. It smells something. So do I, rot. Old magic. A ward. But not to keep me out. To keep me in. I kneel at the water's edge. My reflection is gone. No faces. No accusations. Just darkness. I dip my ruined hand in. The water recoils, hissing. Steam rises. My veins glow brighter. The river does not want me. It knows what I am. I laugh. It's a broken sound. The revenant stands behind me, waiting. Loyal. Obedient. Damned. Like me. I turn to it. For the first time I see the man he was, a soldier with kind eyes. A father. My doing. My crime. I nod once. It lowers its head. It will follow me across. No matter what. I stand and wade in. The water fights me, pushing back, trying to drag me under. I speak the words. The current dies. The river goes silent. I cross, boots squelching on black mud. On the far bank, I turn to watch the revenant follow. Together, we leave everything behind. There's nothing left to go back to. Beyond the river, the land is worse. No trees. No grass. Just cracked earth and sulphurous pits that belch yellow smoke. The sky is a low ceiling of roiling black cloud, shot through with veins of red lightning. The air stinks of death and old sin. My revenant trudges behind me, its joints creaking. My arm is a ruin, the corruption spreading to my chest. I feel my heart stutter, slow. I ignore it. I know where I'm going. The power guides me like a leash. The witch waits. She knew I would come. She planned it. The book in my pack hums, eager. My veins burn. Every breath is hard. I cough black ichor, wiping it away with a shaking claw. At last I see her hut. Same as before. Crooked. Waiting. Lantern glowing green. I stop at the edge of the clearing. My revenant waits behind me. Silent. Obedient. Lost. She steps from the door before I can speak. Her eyes gleam in the sick light. Look at you, she rasps, voice thick with delight. My finest work. I bare my teeth. You lied. She laughs. I promised you power. I delivered. I hiss. My voice is broken glass. What now? She spreads her arms. Finish it. Take your throne of corpses. Rule this dying world. Or die here. It doesn't matter to me. My hand flexes. The words burn. I could kill her. End it. But the power whispers. She waits. Smiling. Ready. I tremble with rage. And hunger. Always hunger. I stand in the clearing, the witch's eyes on me. My revenant waits behind, blade ready. The power in my blood thrums like a war drum, eager for the kill. The words spin in my mind, promising fire and shadow, death and dominion. All I have to do is speak them. She tilts her head, mocking. Do it, she whispers. Kill me. Take it all. Be what you were meant to be. My mouth opens. The words claw at my throat. I see her burn, her flesh melt from bone. I see the world bowing under black skies. I see myself on a throne of charred corpses, eyes red as dying stars. I see endless war, endless blood. My brand glows white hot. My arm cracks, black ichor pouring down my chest. My heart seizes. The power demands. I close my mouth. The words die. I fall to my knees. My revenant growls, confused. The witch's smile falters. Speak, she hisses. Speak. I shake my head. Tears burn. My voice is a whisper. No. The power howls in fury. My brand explodes with light. My arm splits open. I scream. The words burn away, leaving only silence. The witch shrieks, recoiling, her hut shuddering. My revenant drops its blade, falling apart, bones scattering like dry leaves. The power tears free, a black wind that strips the clearing bare. When it ends, I lie in the dirt, gasping. My arm is gone, just a blackened stump. The witch is gone. The hut is gone. Only ashes remain. The world is quiet. For the first time in years, truly quiet. I pull myself to my feet. Broken, burned, free. I turn south, toward home, toward atonement. One step, then another, always forward.